Let's look at how to make changes in accrued salary entries. Access the menu Salary, Parameters, and Salary Calculation macros, and find the salary accrued entries in this list. But you won't be able to make changes here because this checkbox is marked, so we should copy this macro in order to be able to make changes. Let's open this macro text, and of course you should load style multi-line in order to read commands correctly. And now let's scroll down to separate result values. This is a part where you can get the values from the results. In other words, this is a section where you can get corresponding field values from accrued results for each employee and place them into certain variables. As an example, let's add getting one more variable. As you may remember, there was field GG100. Let's get the value of this field GG100 and place it into a variable var help. Of course, you can add as many variables here as you need while you are making changes in a programming of entries. And then we have the part where creation of entries take place. As you see here, if sum accrued more than 0, then number of created entries will be counted, and direct formation of these entries will happen with a special function, add entry function. You can access this function and look at how those entries are created by using this function. Now let's go back and look at those parameters which will be transmitted to this function. There are 5 of them. The first of these parameters means whether the main entry has to be done or not. The next parameter is account. Then we have debit amount, credit amount, and comment. As regards the account, we should look for account by name accrued. And as you may remember, in the menu parameters, we had salary accounts with exactly the same names, accrued, expense, income tax, which we have here. So this function will find the corresponding variable, get the account number from the parameters, and put it in the corresponding entries. However, I would like to tell you that you can use not only the name here, but also you can enter the account number, for example 3110 directly right here, if you know that you want to make entries on this account. Now let's put this accrued variable back here because the accrued variable is already prepared, and when we call this function, it means that we are recording the main entry with the accrued variable with 0 debit amount and some accrued credit amount, and we are going to put accrued in the comment. And then we have non-main entry with the expense account with the sum accrued debit amount and 0 credit amount, and there will be accrued in the comment. We should add one more entry to this portion for our case. Let's copy this call and then make following changes. As you may remember, we add a variable GG help to the salary accounts where we place assistance expenses account So let's put GG help here, and instead of sum accrued we should put var help, and a value from the archive will be placed in this variable. And in order to balance transaction, let's subtract var help from sum accrued. Use control space key combination to get var help. So there will be two non-main entries. The first will be assistance taken from sum accrued, and there will be used expense account. And the second will be assistance entry, and there will be used account, which you can find by the variable GG help. And if income tax is in the accrued results, then there will be two entries. One of them is main entry, where income tax amount will be credited to the income tax account, and the next will be non-main entry, where income tax amount will be debited to the accrued account. And then if there is a sum of employer and employees pension fund, then this portion will be performed with accrued amount. And then we have employers pension amount and employees pension amount, and the next portion is entered related to insurance. So this is the way you can make changes into this macro. Save this macro. And now let's look at how to run or open this macro. First of all, we should hide the macros from Oris company. As you may remember, we copied this macro and made changes in it. You see these macros here, salary accrued entries. Let's update it and mark this checkbox, hide. Okay. However, we can access these macros from taskbar as well, but from this menu we will get macros from Oris company. So let's change here as well. Access the menu, tasks. Let's collapse this tree structure in order to find this menu easily. Here it is, salary accrued entries, update it and change this macro from Oris company with newly created macros. Save. But in order that those changed parameters has been reflected in the taskbar, we should log in the system again. Okay, and now you can access these changed accrued salary entries from the menu bar as well. Select the payroll which you are going to perform. Okay, and now you can find these entries in the menu accounting entries. And here you see these entries with the changes made recently.